How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have For a Lack of a Term with us. I swear to God, I practice this up and down, left and right, all that stuff. But you could say your name, what you do in the band, and all that sort of stuff, man.
I am Arthur. I'm 1/4 of the band. I play bass and do backing vocals. Yeah.
There we go. Well, Arthur, I feel like we talked a little bit before we hopped on, which is always good because I feel like I already know you and I don't know you, so that's always a good feeling. But the first question is, I'm sure you get asked this a lot, is, how did you guys come together, for a lack of a term, like how did you guys all become, the band that we see, in promos, all that sort of stuff. I'm very curious because, like, for me, I always love asking this question because I love a good origin story. So I'm sure you can fill me in with all the salacious details.
Okay. So our frontman Ryan, he was jamming in bands with our drummer Chris for a few years. And those things obviously fizzled out, which brought us to where we are now. But they were jamming around for a few years, and nothing seemed to like work out. But I feel like around 2012, 2013, we hit a point where we were all kind of just like, we were in like side projects, and like we didn't really have anything that was solidified, anything we were like gunning for.
Sure, yeah.
And so yeah, we had gotten together, and we were formerly Float then. We had a different lineup then too, but with bands, you go, people like they all go their different paths at some point. Sometimes it's what they want, and sometimes it brings you to something else to where you realize. And so we had some bandmates that pursued other things, and we're all still cool with them. If you watch a lot of our videos, they still make cameos in them to this day. And we were kind of in a weird spot, and I go to this local coffee shop, and I bumped into this kid who was like trying to buy one of my amps, and he was like, yeah, no, I'm a guitarist. And I was like, we ended up like becoming super good friends. And this was like when things were kind of up in the air, a little iffy, but
Sure.
we ended up losing a member. And he conveniently, I think like the day before, asked me, hey, do you know anybody looking for a guitarist? I was like, not really, not trying to throw my dudes under the bus. And then the next day they're like, yeah, we're not really feeling this. And I was like, and so I immediately hit him out. I was like, are you still looking? He was like, of course I am. And I knew he had gear. He just bought my gear. So I was like, this is great. And so, yeah, we just kind of have been riding like that since I want to say like 2016, 2017. So
That's very interesting. I think that is probably the first time on the channel that I've ever had it where somebody has bought someone else's gear and then was like, hey, so like I need a band member, and like since you have my gear that you just bought, it's great because now I know my gear isn't going far away from me because you have my gear. I can still keep tabs on it. And like also at the same time, like now you are a new member, so it's also really cool, like. And I think it's interesting, like just how bands, like I think it's really just, for me, I love it because like it's crazy how music brings people together sometimes, like in just a unique, like, and just like you're just like, how does this happen? Like it just blows my mind sometimes, like it's weird.
It's a small world, because it's like I'm an essential worker, and I work at Trader Joe's. Just to put that out there. And so and so I'm working sometimes, and someone will see me like off the clock, kind of like change downstairs, going to leave something, like, oh, you listen to Counterparts? I love Counterparts. And I'm like, Karen from Produce likes Counterparts? Are you kidding? Yeah, Karen.
She throws down. You gotta respect.
So it is cool. It's like another international language next to love. I think this is above love, though. This one doesn't really leave anyone bitter.
Yeah. It's only the songwriting that leaves people bitter sometimes,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
But yeah, no, it's crazy. And shout outs to our mutual homie Alex of Bottom Shelf, because I feel like listen, I gotta give him some love. He's my guy. I love Alex to death. But I'll give him a little tangent spot. But like he's always asking me when I'm gonna be like streaming stuff next time, and like and I'm just like, dude, my life is crazy, so like I can't, I'd love to, but I don't know when I'll be back. And then he tagged me in your post and of looking for like people to like do podcasts and like interviews and stuff, and like
Yeah.
he's always sticking his neck out for me, so I got to give the salutes to Alex
Bless.
and Bottom
Thank you
Shelf.
so much to Bottom Shelf. Thank you to Alex. We played a show with them actually in Doylestown. Doylestown, I think it is, where the Underground, that brewery,
Oh
Round
shit.
Guy Brewery. Yeah. So
Okay.
I owe them that. I think that's where we met actually. But
Yes, I believe so. You are correct.
big
Yeah,
up
that
to those people.
I was gonna say that sounds familiar because it was. I think I'm 99.9% sure that was the show I was at, and
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure my brain is a little fuzzy, but let's. I was like, yeah, I feel like I know Arthur already, but like I couldn't remember why, and now I know why. So, uh,
The past year has felt like three, so I completely get that. My
yeah.
brain is beyond fuzzy. I can't socialize or do anything anymore, so you're not alone there.
Yeah, I feel like this whole channel is just me trying to work on my social skills again. Like putting the training wheels back on, and talking to people again.
Really, I
Yeah,
feel like that's what any pod. That's what I feel like most podcasts are for now. Because a couple of my buddies that do podcasts have also dropped it. They're like, "This is just my way of getting back into the world. Don't tell anyone." And I'm like, "Sick, yeah, no problem. Won't say a thing."
it's a big reality check. That's how I see it. So I only talk to my cat who is currently lounging out on my bed, and my girlfriend, and my like parents, obviously, and some close friends. But other than that, this is my way of socializing with people. So again, Arthur, thank you for coming on. Um, but yeah, no, I like. It's just crazy how, like I said earlier, just music brings people together, and obviously, like, it is like you said, it's that universal language that everybody speaks. So very cool. Um, Next question, Arthur. Who are you influenced by specifically? Who kind of got you started? Doing backing vocals, doing like bass playing, and like who kind of influences you more currently now? And then I guess you can kind of speak broadly for the band, like who you guys are collectively influenced by.
Um. Okay. Well, for me, oh, geez, that's such a tough question. I want to say definitely. Before anything, my dad. Um. My dad. I come from like a musical family.
Very cool.
My dad is super into like hip hop and like rap from like the 70s to like early 2000s. That man's like a hip hop encyclopedia. Like he can hear a track and tell you what he was doing when it came out, who's on it, who featured on it, who produced it, and go on for hours about a song. And I think I've always thought that was super cool. And my mom is just like, my mom's kind of hip hop R&B.
Yeah.
And my grandpa was like super into jazz, and so I was listening to a lot of that stuff until I met my drummer in third grade, and he kind of put me on to like Fall Out Boy, Paramore, My
Yeah.
Chem. I remember like our first one of like my oldest memories of him is like we were standing in our lockers like in 2004. We were like 9, 10 years
I
old.
feel. I feel.
He's younger than me. He's younger than me actually. So we were like 9 and 8 years old, and he's like, "Yo, I got this My Chemical Romance Black Parade CD," and I'm like, "Who?" And he's like, "My Chem. Welcome to the Black Parade." I was like, "What are you saying right now? I don't
Are these
I don't
words?
know."
Yeah.
I was like, "I got math. I'm late to everything. I walk slow. What are you saying?" And he was like, "You got to check out this CD." And so from there, that kind of spiraled into like um, Fall Out Boy and like boys like I went through like this big pop punk thing for years. I went through like Fall Out Boy to Paramore to like Boys Like Girls to like Forever the Sickest Kids,
Oh,
and then
classics.
I was just going around this giant like scene loop until I like got to high school, and that was like a lot of. In high school, every year I failed math. Let me just get that out there. I failed math, and
I'm
so
sure it
every year
means
I went
adds up
to
to the
summer school.
storyline.
Yeah, no. I failed math every year, and so I always ended up in summer school. And so in summer school, one of my good friends now, her name's Christine. She like was like, "Yeah, you should check out this band, Dance Gavin Dance," and that started me down this like heavy spiral. So I went from like Dance Gavin Dance to Miss May I to like Attack Attack. So I guess my I guess biggest influences. I'm just gonna go off rip like the
Do it.
first three that come to mind. Fall Out Boy, Under Oath, Oh, geez, I might need five actually. I can't
Do
stop
it.
at
Do
three. Okay.
five. Five. Hit him
Fall
with the
Out Boy,
five.
Under Oath, Paramore. I'm gonna get some roast for this, but definitely Attack Attack. I loved
Oh,
Attack Attack. I
nah,
still love
listen.
Attack Attack.
We attack stands here, okay? I'll take
Um,
none of that shit. If I hear in the comments, I'm gonna listen. I'm defending Arthur here. I'm attack stand too. So you don't fuck with Arthur. That's what I'm saying.
did you
Listen.
see the comeback? Did you hear the comeback try? Everybody's like, "Yo, it's whack." I was like, "Yo, this is so 2020. What are you talking about? This is the best thing." Um, geez, I can't. Who's the last one? I got so many. It's like,
Yeah. Okay.
um, phew, geez, I'm stuck. All right, I'm gonna stop it at four. I can't put it.
Oh
There's so
man.
many. 'Cause it's like I'm doing my band influences. I'm not doing like so much my R&B and like hip hop or like jazz or
Yeah, do that. Do that. Hit me with the non like in the genre.
non-essential.
Yeah,
Okay.
non. Yeah.
All right. So I'm still Fall Out Boy still holding number one. They're gonna be up there, right?
Well, I'm
Amy
saying like
Winehouse.
separately. So you already had the four.
Okay. Okay.
Hit me with like the hip hop, the rap, like the jazz, like all those people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So I'm gonna throw out a Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, great.
Amy Winehouse.
Oh, great too.
Beastie Boys.
Woo.
Um, trying to think who else. Who else? I'm definitely a big Adele fan. That was much later for obvious reasons because we didn't discover her till God knows when. But um,
That's true. Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Hmm. Those are probably the biggest I can think of offhand. I'm definitely Queen. I'll throw it to Queen
Yeah.
too.
Green. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, the Runaways also very
Ooh.
tight, very tight.
Yeah.
Journey.
Oh, classic. Yeah.
Okay,
Low
yeah. I just
low Low
I hit the
key was
spot.
gonna wear a Journey shirt today, so I should have done it. Should have pulled the trigger on the Journey shirt, but
And then one more. Corelli. Super. I don't think she has a lot of music out. She actually has like a traumatic like history, but she put out one like really good album back in like '07, '08. And to this day, like those songs come on in, like Macy's or like Sears, and I'm like walking with my girlfriend, and she's like, "Yeah, no, we really need to get like blah 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 for my," and I'm like, "Yeah, like grab it," and I'll start singing like, "Girl, put your red," and she's like, "What do you? Can you not like?"
we're
Um.
at Target now.
So yeah, I think those are all of them. Dialing back. Dialing back though, I feel like as a band, we all have such like different influences. Like my singer Ryan, that kid, like he's super like I don't even know like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Arctic Monkeys, 21
Yeah,
Pilots, kind
yeah,
of like um
I can feel that.
yeah, like 30 Seconds to Mars. Those are like his bread and butter. He loves those. But my drummer is like the opposite. He's like a punk, so it's like Green Day, Foo Fighters, Blink, like
Yeah,
Plus 44. And then it's like our guitarist is like a hard right, and I love that because it's like he has like pop punk and just pop. So it's like, and then here and there we get like occasional funk. Like you'll see Marvin Gaye pop up, which is dope. I love Marvin Gaye. Like, but it'll be like I don't know, like he'll like we'll be driving to like a show or something, and sitting in a van, and it'll go from like 4 Years Strong to like Kesha to Britney Spears and you're just like, okay, hard right to like Neck Deep, and then it'll spiral back to, and you're just kind of like, okay, this is cool. I We'll give you the Oxmoor. We like this. We support this. Um, but yeah, no, it's definitely super diverse, and I think that's where like I think that's what comes through in our music because I definitely feel like a big issue we've had is figuring out where we classify genre wise. We've kind of settled with alt punk because we feel like that it's like a mesh of the two, and that's the closest thing we could get. But a lot of it is diverse, and I think that works in our favor. But yeah,
no, I would agree. Like, I was able to listen to some of this stuff on Spotify, and I was like, man, this is like, because I know Alice was really putting me onto you guys, so I was like, you know what, listen, you boys, that interviewer guy, he's got to listen, to it, you got to do the homework, otherwise it's like, why have people on if, you're not going to care about what they do. So I was like, so you sent me over a couple songs, or just a Spotify link, and I went to click on it, and I was like, man, I was like, this has got some this has got some vibes to it. Like I was definitely onto it, and I'm not obviously. I feel like people are gonna be like, oh man, he sent it to you, so you obviously feel like you gotta say you like it or whatever. No, I feel like I would have kept it 100, but like I was genuinely like, this is like smooth. Like there's something about it that's like I kind of get the alt aspect of it, but also at the same point, I feel like it's kind of like borderlining on like some like indie rock kind of like
Hmm.
emo stuff. Like, so I totally get the concept of like, again, I'm not a genre elitist, so I really am not like putting you guys in a bubble. You guys make whatever you need to make, but like, I kind of feel like for me, it's like a mix between like alt rock, like emo, and like a little bit of indie mixed in there. I feel like it's kind of like it kind of tailors to like what you were saying earlier. Like it kind of reminds me a little bit of like old Fall Out Boy, like especially some of their like more melancholy sort of stuff. And I would probably say like newest Grayscale record, which was like more like
Pretty solid, actually. I actually,
in the like more pop, like it's still pop punk, quote unquote,
yeah.
but like it's definitely more like in that alternative space. And I feel like, again, another band that I feel like I always have this mental like game with myself, like that I like to play when I have bands on here to kind of like guess or figure out an artist that I feel like
Mhm.
they associate them or like I would associate them with. So I probably say, as I mentioned, like old school Fall Out Boy, like classic Fall Out Boys, like first three records.
That's a
I
compliment in and of itself that you just made my whole existence with that one statement, because I
oh
will listen to Fall Out Boy on like a 10-hour drive with every CD ever playing back to back to back.
a
But
hundred
continue.
percent. It's great. I feel like new or modern Grayscale, like I think it's like Bella Vita or Nella. No, it's Nella
Yeah,
Vita. It's Nella Vita, and I probably say like definitely Mayday Parade kind of like esque stuff. I feel like you
okay,
guys
cool.
kind of hit that stride too. I'd probably say honorable mention a little bit of Maine in there. The Maine, I'm sure you know the Maine, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like you guys kind of hit that, but like again, more moving into that alternative space rather than like the pop punk space. But there is definitely like pop punk roots. So listen, I'm in both camps. I love all genres, so I feel like that's, at least to me, the types of bands that I feel like you guys kind of assimilate with, I guess.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Because again, like we've gotten the most foreign of like comparisons. People are like, "You ever hear Florence and the Machine? You remind me of those guys." And we're like, oh, well, thank you. I don't see it at all, but thank you. Or like, we'll get something, or like they'll be like, "Yeah, no, your singer kind of sounds like Brendan Urie," and I'm like, "No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That's my fault. I love him." I'm like, "Yo, he's great," but like, no, he doesn't.
So I try to keep it in the lane. I try to keep it in the lane. Like for me, like I always want to try to give listeners, like people watching this, the best possible angle that I can give to your band. Like that I feel like would, I feel like that would put you in the best light. So I feel like for myself, listening to what I've listened to, and I listened to this, a couple different Spotify tracks just to get kind of a flavor of everything. That I feel like that's my kind of conclusion. So take it or leave it. You guys can go check it out for
Taking it.
yourself. Listen, I'm still gonna have my opinion. You're gonna have your opinion on it. Go check out For a Lack of a Term. I will leave links in the description as always. But
Appreciate it. Thank you.
the next question, Arthur, kind of, I talked about it a little bit, but I'm curious to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Um, which is if people are checking out this interview and are like, man, I like For Lack of a Term. Arthur seems like a dope guy. And I like the band just generally. I like who I'm talking to currently. What new song, whether it be like a new single coming out or like an old song in your catalog, that you would recommend to a new listener that kind of gives a good representation of your band?
I'm gonna say Recalibrate. Actually, oh geez, oh gosh, this is another one. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say Recalibrate. That's probably one of it's probably one of my favorite tracks. I think as a band, our favorites our faves differ,
Sure, yeah.
obviously, but I think it's definitely one of my favorite tracks. I think that's like, if I'm not mistaken, like our track that's been streamed the most. Also,
Okay.
We had a lot of cool stuff with that video too. Like, we shot it with a good buddy of mine, Brandon Lane. Does phenomenal video work. We had it. It premiered on Alternative Press's website.
Very cool.
Um, and we got like, it was just, I think it was just like a fun, it was like a fun like 1 day shoot. We ended it with like a legitimate party, and that's the end of the music video if you've checked it out. But definitely recalibrate if you're like, you know what, I want something a little more fast paced, something a little more fun. I would say Good Day Cafe, which is probably our most recent single, which was inspired by a stop on tour. Actually, we were in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Um, and there is a place called the Good Day Cafe, and it's a venue. Also, this kid Devin Hopkins, he plays in a band called Winley. He helped us snag a gig there, and it was, honestly, they're super nice people, super like hospitable. I think I'm using the right word. So if that's not
That is
right,
correct. No, you're correct. You're correct. I will
um,
let you know.
but yeah, no, they like great food. They had like smoothies and stuff. It was like on a nice little strip, so there was like a boardwalk, like arcade and all that. You could see the beach, but they were just super nice, super down to earth, super humble. And it's run by like a family. It's like a nice mom and pop owned like private thing, and so that was our literal like on. I think that was, yeah, that was like an 8 day run down to Florida, with our
Oh wow.
buddies our buddies in another astronaut. They're from the Bronx, which is about 15-20 minutes south of me. Like, we've literally been playing with those guys for years. They're like they are the picture, the perfect picture of DIY. Like, everything they've done is so sick, and it's super like it's all them. But yeah, we did that run with them down to Florida and back in, I think, like 8 or 9 days, something like that, something really quick. Like, we had long drives, just show to show to show. But Myrtle Beach was probably our favorite stop on that tour, and to this day, like, I think it might have been our favorite date of any run we've done. And so we were like, yo, what would we call this? And we ended, the lyrics are about tour, and so my singer was like, yo, what if we call it Good Day Cafe after the this venue we played? Like, that was
Yeah.
my favorite stop at tour. And we were all like, yo, same. So we named it Good Day Cafe. But yeah, I would say it's a tie between Recalibrate and Good Day Cafe. Good Day Cafe is a little more poppy, a little more upbeat, a little more fun, and Recalibrate, it definitely has those vibes, but it's significantly slower.
Yeah, no, I feel like I feel like you guys kind of encompass like the vibe of like all of the energy of like pop punk and having like real like happy high energy stuff that you can definitely get down with. And then you also have kind of like those more softer like almost borderline kind of emo-y tracks that kind of remind me of
Mhm.
like Mayday Parade, that sort of route of things like old like I said earlier, old school Fall Out Boy. And it's just quite a range. Like obviously it's not like you guys are playing like jazz and like hardcore or something, but like it works within the span of music. And like I feel like you guys kind of know your limits on what you need, like what you feel like would fit well. So I feel like you guys aren't like going out of the going off the rails, but it feels really inspired in the way that like still I feel like would keep core fans around. Like, because we always talk about like, bands being like, I don't want to hear the same record like 7 times. My God, I hate this. This sucks. And then you hear like them go out and do something different, and they're like, oh, this isn't what I wanted. Like, this isn't my view of the band and stuff. And I feel like you guys, obviously take your fans to heart, but also like at the same point, like know that this is your creative baby. And I feel like you find that good middle ground between like doing enough to make it interesting and appealing to people, but also like catering to fans that have been with you for like a long time. At least from what I could gather from the I think like 4 or 5 songs I think I listened to.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because
Fair,
I feel
yeah.
like, personally, like, I've seen, and I'm guilty of it, like when I was significantly younger and I just didn't really know what went into the process. I feel like it's like, let's say, I don't know, take a band like like Beartooth, right? It's
Yeah,
like Beartooth, they dropped like the Sick EP, loved it. They dropped Disgusting, which I think was their first album,
correct.
and I
Yep.
was like, yo, I was like, this is sick, cool. And I feel like I watched like this interview where Caleb Shoma was like, one thing I can't stand is when bands get like they get like a top a record in like the top 5 on the Billboard or whatever, and they're like, oh, sick, time to switch up the formula. And it's like, he's like, I don't understand that. It's like, you know exactly what just worked. Why are you going to change it? And I get it. I get that statement, and I don't, because I'm like, you're not going to repack. You're not going to put out the same product, because then you're going to get the,
The
oh,
yo
I
man, what the
literally
fuck?
bought this
Yeah.
album. Yeah, exactly. I literally just bought this album. Sick. And then it's like, if you switch it up too much, it's like, oh, they sold out. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, you know?
No, 100%. I feel like the common band that we use in this genre a lot is A Day to Remember. Everybody's
Oh,
like, A Day to Remember is like the band that you talk about or you don't talk about, like, you know, and I hate it, you know, like as a music, you know, critiquer, you know, it makes me so frustrating because I've that's why I kind of shied away from covering the, you know, the newest record that they did, because the last record I reviewed by them, I think it was Bad Vibrations, like people were just like, yeah, I think they sold out, man. Like they're really not making like
yeah.
music for like the pop punk kid anymore. And I'm like, they aren't. And I think you have to come to terms with that. You know what I mean? And like I also think that they know where they want to be at. They want to be on mainstream. They want to be big. Like, and that's good for
Yeah.
them. That's their vibe. You do that. It's not like their old records disappeared and you could like no longer listen to them anymore
They're
and like all that
always
stuff.
there.
They're
Yeah.
always gonna be there. Just listen to them. Like I just never understood the concept of people like hating on something or like being like, hey, like this band want like they want to have the longevity. I can like vision that
Mm-hmm.
because that's like what I want to have with my channel, and I respect what they're doing. Do I like it personally? It was an okay record. Do I think it's
Yeah.
my favorite Day to Remember record? Absolutely not. But like
Yeah.
I respect what they're doing. I respect their drive and their passion to still do it. Like it's not like they're just like, "Oh, we don't like doing it. We're just writing songs to make money." Like they're
Yeah.
still
We're just
for
doing it,
sure in it.
whatever. Yeah.
They're still for
Um,
sure in it, you know, and I think that sucks that we live somewhat in that culture. Like not everybody's like that certainly, but like we do live in that culture where like if it doesn't fit your agenda or your thought process on it, that it's just like it's garbage, you know?
yeah, and I think I think that's a terrible mindset to have. But also, like, yeah, one thing, dialing back to when I said, when I was younger and I didn't really understand the process, and I would be mad if a record sounded too different or if it sounded too alike as the last record. It's like one thing I think every musician can kind of relate to is you go through different things, like everyone. You go through different things in life, and you grow as a person. And it's like, I feel like when Homesick dropped, like yeah, like that's like the A Day to Remember record. It's
Yeah.
like when Homesick dropped, it was like they probably were like, yo, if we could get on like the Vans Warped Tour, maybe like Rockstar Monster Energy Tour, like something that'd be sick. And now it's like they've clearly surpassed that. So it's like, how do we cater to fans past and present alike? Which is why when you said that, I was like, oh, that's great to hear. It's good to hear that we don't sound like we're going too far out or doing anything that doesn't belong. I feel like a lot of bands struggle with that. I think one band I will say that did it flawlessly is Bring Me the Horizon. I
I will
think they've
say,
evolved.
yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
Yep.
they've evolved like at an unparalleled rate. Like I hear things that I'm like, this is nothing like Chelsea Smile, but I like it more. This is
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
like, yeah, anything they would have ever put out, but it works. And I think they are definitely doing their job to cater to new and old fans. And so, yeah, I don't know.
I would 100% agree with that. And also just the dichotomy of like an old Bring Me the Horizon fan that's like, I love Count Your Blessings and has kind of followed the band still, to like the fan that just found out about them like because they released Amo last. Like I
Yeah,
think it's just hilarious because then, you know, every once in a while you'll get like a Bring Me the Horizon show where they play like old stuff, and like the new fan is like, what the fuck is this?
What did I pay for?
Yeah, what did I is this still them? Like did they leave? Like but they haven't left the stage. They're still on the same stage. Like I don't get it, you know, like and
No,
so that
that's my
shit is
favorite
funny
thing.
to me.
That no, that's my favorite thing in the world because it's like the other thing too is I love going on Twitter and seeing, oh, Bring Me the Horizon sold out with this pop album. It's because Ollie can't scream anymore. And then you see him get on stage and he's still got like gutturals that are about as low as they can possibly be. And you're like, no, he can still do it if you just, food for thought. But yeah, no, I've always thought that was super cool.
It's the longevity aspect. I think they're all like, we want to be doing this. You figure like Dave Grohl's been doing it for a damn long time. You know, you think about like, you know, any like classic rock artist, you think about like the Rolling Stones, they've been doing that
Mm-hmm.
shit for like since the dinosaurs were walking the earth, you know? So like yeah, so like I feel like they're envisioning that they want to continue doing this. They still want to make music for people. And I think at the end of the day, like if we had to cap off this portion of like the talk, like you want to support the artist to do the art that they want to do, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and whether it's for you or not, you should still so you know there's going to be other people
Give
that
it
are
a
going to
chance.
support them. Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. And you grow as a person, you evolve as a person, and if it doesn't fit your needs anymore, then that's fine. You can just walk away from it and be like, listen, I have these old records, I can go listen to them, and that's it. And then we all become
Yep.
boomers at that point, and it doesn't matter, you know. But next question, Arthur, kind of moving away from the like very heavy-ish topic to a
Yeah.
less heavy-ish topic. Um, who are some of the bands you've been listening to lately? You know, I'm as an essential worker, I don't know how often you get to listen to music, but I'm sure you make time for it. So, you know,
Oh
who have
yeah.
you been spinning lately? You know, just tell people what you've been listening to.
Um. All right. So I've been doing a lot of transit actually.
Ooh, fantastic. I love that
I
band.
went down, yeah, I went down memory lane. Transit and the Wonder Years I've been doing a lot of. Came out swinging, especially with this past election. Um, that song hits on a new level. Transit, the Wonder Years. I've been doing a lot of, as usual, Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of counterparts and varials too.
Ooh.
Kayanashi, I think those dudes are
Yeah.
sick. Um, of course, my buddies in Caster's Hollow. I don't know if they're gonna see this, but I love those dudes. They're great. Um, and let me think. I'm gonna deviate away from like the band thing too. I've been doing a lot of Taylor Swift's new album.
Very interesting. I would have never picked that for you.
Um, uh, Billie Eilish's last album also was tight.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of Pedals for Armor.
Ooh, yeah.
Let me think. Um, some old Kendrick, and
Ooh.
some old Kanye and old Jay Z,
Ooh, okay.
um,
Vibes.
and a little Biggie, and of course, a little DMX, because he
Yeah.
just passed away, and he is from Yonkers, actually, where I was born and raised. So showing the hometown love. But yeah, that's pretty much those are my artists of choice as of late. Definitely, they're all in like one daily mix, so it's like you go from 99 Problems to like South of One to like I don't even know to like Wings of Nightmares, and I'm like, this
Yeah.
is cool, this is good, and then I get like Ariana Grande, and I'm like, no tears left to cry. I'm with this. Let's do it.
Right after it's right after counterparts. So you
Oh yeah,
like
no,
you're like
100%.
super hyped, and then you're like, then you hear Ariana Grande, and then you're just like, you gotta bust out the dance
It's a
moves.
mood,
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta get into it. Life. Like I feel like when I was younger, I kind of just stuck to one genre, and I felt like that limits you so much that limits your taste in music, but it also limits you as a musician. You just know one formula. It's your bread and butter. You need to grow. You need to check things out. And I am a huge pop fan. I love pop music. I will listen to pop and club music till the day I die. It's so good.
Yeah, I feel like I would agree with that. Like, I feel like over the years that I've been doing the channel, which has been a little over 5 years, I feel like my taste in music, like even a little bit before that point, like has kind of grown. Like I was always like in my head, I was like, I don't, like when you're in that alternative scene, you're like, I don't like radio music, I don't like pop music, all that sort of stuff, and that I want to say that's like ingrained in you, but it's just like you're just like the counterculture kind of aspect of like alternative music, and I get that, but like at the same point, like I'm kind of like you, like I love to branch out. I feel like my goal this year is to listen to more rap artists because I feel like they always got some good stuff going, and it's a genre that don't touch too frequently. Don't give me any country artists. I swear to God, if you give me country artists, I will stop doing this altogether. But yeah, no
Look
rap.
up, look up Young Gravy.
Young
He's
Gravy.
great. He's great. He's literally he's I can't even put Young Gravy's music into words. You will appreciate that. Anyone who sees this, look up Young Gravy if you haven't already.
Okay. Is it like I feel like I've heard that name before. Is he like I feel like I may or may not get some hate for this. Is he kind of like on the same lane as like a Little Dicky, like very
Yeah,
like
he's on that, like he's at that level, but and I feel like he's breaking away from the joke aspect of it now. He's doing a lot more serious kind of stuff. He's got like solid collabs and stuff coming out
okay,
too. So
okay.
oh, he just dropped a song I think with Lil Wayne, and I was like, what? This is Young Gravy. What? Lil Wayne still makes music. Lil Wayne's still alive. So it was definitely cool to see him on the come up. But Young Gravy, I'm telling you, you'll appreciate it no matter what music you like, because it's
It's fire. Okay, good.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I'll have to listen to some Young Gravy. Definitely on that wave. Gotta get on the rap game. If people are watching this and also like rap, I recommend checking out our good friend here on the channel, Retro Champ. He, listen, if you want some hard rap, oof, that's my guy. I love that dude. Shouts to Retro. But next question, Arthur, a fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Oh man, I collectively, I think we all have different answers.
Okay, well, you're the only one on here, so yours is of the utmost importance, at right now.
Okay. If I could pick one straight up, I'm gonna say "Turn Back Time" by Cher.
Wow. All right.
I want like a
Wow.
really cool alternative take on that.
I like that. That is a choice that I was not expecting, but like in the best way. So, if you guys want to see this awesome share cover, or you have a suggestion for lack of a term, go check out the comment section. Drop one below. Maybe they wind up doing a cover song that you suggest. Who knows? And definitely the rest of the band has to come on here and give me their answers, because I would be curious to see how far out the answers would be.
I can give one other answer, and it's for our guitarist. I'm pretty sure it's "Hey Ya" by Outkast. But
Ooh.
someone did that on like Punk Goes Clunk, and I was like, "Yo, this is actually really tight. We should have done this." But also, someone else did this. So, is it going to be as tight now?
It could. The world may never or might know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Next question, Arthur. Another fun one. Favorite food to eat? What's your go-to?
Um, hmm. This is a tough one. Yeah, I didn't. You know what? I got you. Acai bowls. I don't know if you've had those ever,
Yes.
but acai bowls are an acai bowl, not a banana bowl, not like a pitaya bowl. Acai bowl with some bananas on it, some strawberries, granola, honey, coconut flakes, the works. Yeah, I'd tear that up. What? That's my meal of choice every day. That right after a cup of coffee. Get out of my face. Don't talk to me.
I love that. I also feel like because now I am subjugated to the daily grind, I have become a heavy coffee drinker now. So I feel like I need coffee in order to function, which I feel like is like 99% of people in our age range, which is okay, because
Yeah.
like if there's gonna be any vice, I'd have it be coffee, or
I'm
caffeine
on the
generally.
I'm on the coffee decline right now because I was doing like, honestly, as awful as this is, I was doing like 3 or 4 cups a day. And I was like, this is way too, and my girlfriend was even like, you need to stop. You go to Dunkin' like more times than I've seen any person. Like your daily Dunkin' trips, like cap mine for the month. That's ridiculous. And I'm like, that's wild. Okay, cool. So I've like dialed back on the coffee. I'm trying to get down to like a cup or two max. I don't need the 4, but I like the 4.
I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah.
I get the hazelnut swirl with oat milk, iced.
Ooh.
Done.
I get
Done.
the
Doesn't need sugar. Nothing.
I get the if I go to Dunkin', I get the iced coffee with French vanilla and almond milk because
Ooh.
the vibes. I'm all about that. I've also tried to. I don't think I have bought dairy milk in a very long time, like creamer, all that sort of shit. Like I
Oh yeah,
drink
no.
almond milk. So
It's been a minute for me too. I usually do. See, I was on almond milk for the longest, but then I started doing. My local coffee shop ran out of almond milk for like they didn't have almond milk for like a month. So I was like, dude, what other milk alternatives do you have? And they were like, well, we've got oat, we've got soy. So I just said, oh yeah, throw oat in there, whatever. Just throw something to lighten it up. And so they started throwing me oat milk, and then I tried to go back to almond, and oat is significant. Like almond is significantly thicker than oat milk, and now it's like I can do almond milk, but I prefer oat milk because it goes down a lot smoother, a lot nicer. My stomach doesn't get a little iffy. Almond milk, it doesn't do it as like it doesn't get it super as bad as regular dairy, but it still makes my stomach a little iffy sometimes. So oat has not let me down. I push oat milk.
yes, oat milk is also delicious. Shouts to oat milk. Sponsor my boy Arthur. Listen, he just gave you a full 5 minutes or less about oat milk. Listen, I don't know. I don't know anybody. I don't know who. I don't know who is plugging oat milk, but like Arthur, listen, he sold me on some oat milk. So that's all I'm gonna
telling
say.
you, Oatly. Next time you go to your supermarket, Oatly. I live right next to an H Mart. They sell the best oat milks. They put me on Oatly. They put me onto this oat cap. That's literally what it's called. It's called oat cap. I don't know where it's from. It literally is a picture of a hat with over the letter O, and it says oat cap, and it's the best oat milk I've ever had. It's like some Mind Pod DIY oat milk, and it slaps.
There we go. Oatly. If you're on Twitter, your boy is gonna tag you. Get Arthur that care package. You should give
Please.
to him. Listen, that's all I'm saying. Next question, Arthur. A fun music related question. If you were to have a guest feature on an up and coming record and a producer you would like to work with in the future, who would be on your dream team?
Producer John Feldman.
Ooh, yeah.
Feature, geez, do they have to be alive?
Ooh, somebody has asked me this before. I will give you, I like you, Arthur, a lot. I'll give you one dead one, one alive one. That sounds very strange to say out loud, but you knew what I meant.
Okay, this is tough. If we could do like a mashup song with like the Spice Girls, Clutch.
Ooh, okay, Clutch. I would be about that.
And then I want like see the thing about like collabs that I love are like I love collabs that are just so far out like you would never expect these two walks of people like Suge Knight in that Fall Out Boy video. You're like, what is Suge Knight doing in a fall? Like I want those types of So I would say maybe like Ice Cube on a for lack of a term song because it would it wouldn't work, but I feel like it would. Like I can't hear this in my head sounding like bomb, but I want it to work so bad. And I know he could do it. I'd be like, yo, spit, dude, do the thing. Give us a bar. What's up? And he'd walk into it. He'd walk into the booth all aggressive and lay down the illest verse known to man.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
He's hard. I feel like listen, Ice Cube is the hardest known substance on the face of the earth.
Wait a second. I gave you 2 live ones. I never.
That's okay. Wow. Listen, you're gonna have to find out. I guess none of them are dead. Hopefully, I want to upload this and have like either someone from the Spice Girls or Ice Cube die because that would be very terrible. But I'll give you the pass. You picked 2 live ones, so
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that works. We'll run with the 2 live ones. I can't even think of anyone who's dead that I want to do that with. Please. No. Wait. Scratch that. Scratch Ice Cube. Okay. I love Ice Cube. He's great. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna say Travie McCoy because we'd kill a Gym Class Heroes vibe.
You're right. Travis McCoy, gym class
We're
heroes.
like right up their alley. We're right up their alley. We could totally do that.
Oh, 100%. I feel like and he's like alternative, you know? He did that. He did a song with, who did he do a song with that was, I think it was like Maroon
Bruno
5?
Mars, Adam Levine, like
Yeah.
he we'd kill that. Yeah, Spice
Yeah.
Girls, Travis McCoy. That's my
Okay.
answer.
Very cool. Guys, this is what you need to do, right? You're here on the internet watching this YouTube video. I need you to open up a new tab, or if you're on mobile, I need you to click the Twitter button. Then what you do is you type in, for lack of a term, on Twitter, because, you know, listen, they on Twitter. I already know. It's the vibe.
Float_music. That's our tag.
Flow_music. Then you tag at Spice Girls. Then you tag at Travis McCoy. Then you say collab question mark. And then again, I feel like
Yeah,
that's
just let's get a hashtag going.
that's how it
I'll
goes.
figure that out. Give us the tweet and we'll come up with the hashtag and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, I need this shit to blow up. Listen, not because it would be great for my channel, but it would be very good for lack of a term, and I think that's more important to me than anything. So go make sure that happens. Listen,
Appreciate it.
it sounds bomb. Also tag John Feldman, because I'm pretty sure he wants in on this action. So like go tag
Yeah.
John Feldman too. And listen, let's make it a party. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I'm trying to do, and then tag Oatly on top of that, you know, because you know, listen, we're going in, you know, we're just putting all the chips on the block. Now's the time.
They're all gonna reply with a question mark. Like, what are you even asking? There's Oat Milk, a producer, 4 artists. What are you even asking for?
Listen. The world has asked stranger questions, so I feel like we're well in that range of doing some weird shit on the internet. But the next question, Arthur, is a fun one. Again, obviously you play bass, you do backing vocals, but if there was another musical instrument you could master, what would it be?
That's a good one. I'm gonna say drums because I watch
Ooh.
my drummer wail. I watch him wail, and I'm like, that looks really cool. That looks really cool. That looks really fun too. I wish I could do that, but I don't have the coordination, and I have asthma.
Oof, that's big yikes. I don't have the coordination. Also, I live in an apartment, and I'm pretty sure my downstairs neighbor would not want me to just be banging on an acoustic drum set in the apartment, you know?
I also live in an apartment, so that is an issue. I'm not even giving that issue thought. My neighbors have known me long enough; they'll let it slide. They're good people.
My neighbors have not known me long enough, so I feel like I want to be in their semi good graces for now. But great choice. Listen, I feel like drums are like the unknown territory that I'd love to get into. You know, I feel like I don't have the hand feet coordination, but I could do like a straight 4/4 beat. I feel like decently okay.
I feel like I always think I have it until I play it in front of a drummer, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm keeping time." They're like, "You're doing anything but." Uh, and I'm like, "Okay, that's cool, thank you." But no, like I started out. I actually was a guitarist before a bassist, so I have like
Very cool.
years of guitar experience because like I was grounded all of middle school, and so my mom legitimately like took all my video games. And my dad's kind of like a hard ass, so he was just like, I went to like nap one day, and he was like, "No napping, that's an easy way out. You're just gonna sleep through the whole punishment. Do something productive till bedtime." So like, I had to like read and stuff, and so my mom is a school librarian, and she brought me home like school books, like guitar books and all that, and I was like, "Oh, okay, guess this." And I had a guitar from like 5th grade that I never played, and so I learned over those 3 years of just relentless practice because I didn't have anything else to do. I wasn't allowed outside. I went to the grocery store with my mother and came home. It was a very strict routine.
But it's okay though. Now you play guitar, you play bass. You know, you're just a talented human being. You know, that's how I kind of feel. I also play guitar, and I bought a bass recently, so now I'm learning how to play bass. Just, you know, kind of same wavelength. You know, so I feel
What
that.
kind of bass?
I bought a Sterling Music
Stop right
Man.
there. Music Man.
I
Let's
got
do
that.
it. Yes.
Yeah, I got
We're
the
here.
I got the I forget the name of it.
Is it a Stingray?
Yeah, Stingray. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Cool.
It's I'll show you after the interview. It's V tight. I love it. But
Hell yeah.
Next question, Arthur. You kind of alluded to it, which I'm very very happy about. I'm a huge nerd, so I love asking this question. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Oh, I don't even. Oh man, I don't know. I'm like a full. My bandmates and I are just we're kind of like full on dweebs, like very
Oh,
much into pop, like Marvel, DC, Star
listen,
Wars.
you're in the right house right now. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm
Um,
gonna say.
I don't know. Okay, video game character. I'm trying to think. What would be like a really cool out of every game I played? What's like a really I don't know. This might be the hardest question you've asked, if I'm being honest.
That's fair, honestly. It's a hard question for me too. So
I'm gonna give you. I'm probably gonna say. I'm
give me
probably gonna
one.
say.
Give me one and an honorable mention. I feel like I feel like because I know you're struggling with this question as much as I would, so I feel like I got to give you a little
All
bit
right.
of some breathing room here.
Alrighty, so you know what? I'm gonna say Mario, not because I think Mario is like his games aren't my favorite, but I feel like he's got such a diverse library that I could try everything.
That's fair.
So
Yeah.
he's gonna be my first one. And then an honorable mention would probably be like Master Chief because I loved Halo
Oh
3. That was
yes.
like peak Xbox. That was like peak Xbox 360 era. That was like my youth for a solid minute. I spent a lot of nights just playing Halo 3.
Online,
Um,
baby. Yeah.
oh yeah, oh no, definitely. You get all your friends in like the massive lobby. You get like a custom game going, and it's like
Oh,
zombies.
100%.
Way
You
to
know.
go! Yeah, I think those would be it. Because I do a lot of shooters and like fighting games and like racing games. That's about it. So.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Listen, I got the Rocket League car in my last interview as an answer, so no offense to no offense to but I gotta say anything on point like that, it was good. Master Chief, such a vibe. I love Halo in general. I'm a Nintendo stan, so like for me to say that I love Master Chief is no dig to Nintendo, but like it would be very cool if Microsoft like and Nintendo brought some sort of Halo to Switch. You know what I'm saying?
Do
Like
you have a do you have a Switch? Because they just apparently announced some collab between Microsoft and Switch.
I do have a Switch, so
Ew,
I did see
let's do
that.
this.
I'm very excited. Listen, Microsoft, if like you want to make that happen, I would probably cry because that would be
You have
awesome.
two buyers off rip. Like off rip, you have two people that will purchase the game and its DLC. Just gonna
Oh,
put that up.
just wanted to say that. Also, I have to give respect that you picked Mario because like I feel like he is like the sampler platter that you would get at like a TGI Fridays. You know what I mean? Like he's got all the good
Mhm.
shit. You know what I mean? Like
You know
you're like
what? I now see these.
now
This is why these.
now you're rethinking your answer. I could see
Yeah,
it.
now I'm like,
Honest.
yo, I should have said Sora. He had like all from Kingdom Hearts. He had all the cool Disney characters. He has to keep. Dude, oh, why did I say that? I'm an idiot.
You already
Okay,
know.
I'm sticking with my answers. I'm running with them. I mentioned Sora and how bad I wanted that to happen, but I gave you my answers. We're running with them.
Wow. All right. Listen, I gotta give you the award for hard dedication. You could have flipped, but you didn't, and I think that in and of itself was the best answer that you didn't have to flip. I love asking that question because literally my whole desk is littered with like I have obviously Sora on my desk. I have the only piece of Star Wars gear on my desk currently, which is I actually used to be a watch in here, but now I just use it for my SD cards, like a real nerd. I have my Dialga, figurine here.
Hmm.
We have Kerbo, because listen, who doesn't love Kirby? Look at this guy. Tell me you don't love this dude.
That's my main in Super Smash right there.
Oh,
Kirby.
dude, we're playing Smash soon for sure. I have a weird one that I feel like most people would not know, or maybe know, but I have Liger Zero from
Oh, I
Zoids.
love Zoids.
Love
Yes,
one of my favorite shows of all time. We
I'm
got
a big
we
Gundam
got
fan
we
too.
got this dude. I'm blanking on his name. It's the dude from Dragon Ball Super.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I know you. Yeah, he's like this tall. He's like super small. Yeah.
Super short. Yeah, the dude.
Hmm.
Obviously, you gotta rep the boy here, Supersonic. My
Oh,
guy. Classic, classic, classic.
can
Uh,
we can we talk about why Sonic Adventures is not on Switch? Because I was like severely disappointed behind that.
I
I think it
am
needs.
also. I think Sonic Adventures 1 and 2 needs to be on there because those are classics. You know, listen, I feel like.
Maybe, maybe Sonic Heroes.
Oh no, definitely Sonic Heroes. I love Sonic
Okay.
Heroes too. Definitely Sonic Heroes. We got the Zelda gem that lights up. It's not lighting up now because my green screen's on, and that shit ain't working. We got of course Pikachu, my guy.
Pikachu.
Pokemon's my shit. I love that. And the last piece of nerd gear on my desk is a small figurine of Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Oh, let's go. Wait, I didn't see. What was it? Was that regular Super Saiyan or is that Super Saiyan Blue? Okay, we're cooking. We're cooking.
We're cooking with gas here, So, I got that in. Shout out to my girlfriend. She made me get not made me. I used my own money to buy it, but we bought a huge like mystery box thing at Target. So we spent
Oh, those like
an
those
incorrigible
like
amount of money
yeah.
on that. I was low key hoping that I'd get something Pokemon related, and alas, I did not. That's really the only reason I bought it, and I told her it was a -5 because I didn't get anything Pokemon related. But it would have been a 10 out of 10 if I got something Pokemon related. So it's real small margins, working with here. But yes, I feel like now people are gonna be like, wow, this dude's a super huge nerd, and I'm like, you're right. Next question, Arthur, a fun one, getting back to the music stuff, because listen, we could talk about video games all day, and we probably will talk about video games after this is over, so I'm totally down for that. But if you were to compile a dream tour lineup, and obviously, for lack of a term, would be on it, who would be on the list? Who would be on the the tour, the dream tour?
Oh man. What? How many people am I given?
I will give you, including your band. This might be a pretty big bill, but I think it would work still. Let's do 5 bands.
Okay. So I don't know if you. Oh geez, man. Wait a minute. Oh gosh. Oh geez. See, I'm torn between. Do I want to throw on all the homies and the big act that we all really really like, or is it just like bands I just want to play with one day?
I feel like, listen, again, Arthur, you're the mega homie right now, and I'm feeling awfully generous tonight since you're the only interview I'm doing tonight, which is very cool. I will give you the dream tour, if no holds bar, you could get anybody, hit me with them. And then I feel like if you had to do a smaller homie tour, give a shout outs to those guys, and I feel like that would be, to me, I feel like that would be chef's
Alrighty.
kiss.
Alrighty. So okay, dream tour, big artists, up and coming artists. All right. I would say Let Live.
Classic. Love those guys.
We probably wouldn't fit with a lot of these bands, but I'm gonna throw on Let Live, Under Oath, The Chariot, and Taking Back Sunday. Yeah.
That is the bands that have probably the craziest energy live. Easy.
Yeah, I love Jason Butler live is absolutely bonkers. Every time I've seen him live, I've lost it. I'm like, what is this man doing? And but I'm in love with the experience, right? The Chariot also, they go nuts live. I want an honorable mention would be Every Time I Die. I feel like my drummer might watch this and go, why didn't you say Every Time I Die before he hears me say this exactly? But Taking Back Sunday, I feel like we mesh with, and I also really like them, but I want I'm trying to think what album cycle. Not current Taking Back Sunday, no disrespect to them.
I would probably say if my guess, if you needed input, I feel first or second record that they've done. I'm not I love Taking Back Sunday, but I would probably say album 2 or 3. I would guess.
Tell All Your Friends era.
Yes, that's what. Yeah. Okay.
And then, of course, Fall Out Boy. Who else? Oh, wait, no, wait. You said 5, including our.
You said
then
Under
I got
Oath.
to toss. If I got to toss one, yeah, I did say Under Oath. If I had to toss one for Fall Out Boy, it'd be Let Live. Love Jason Butler, love those dudes. I'm tossing them. And then as far as homies, we got our boys. Oh, geez, we got so many friends. Damn, that sounds conceited. I don't mean that in a mean way, but like, um,
I knew what
I'm
you
just,
meant though.
so we got our boys in the Overlooked who are from West Virginia. We played with those guys, and these dudes in Stage Moms who are also from West Virginia. Um, and then these dudes fighting for daylight in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I want to say Baltimore. I don't think it's Baltimore, but they're from Maryland. We played with them in Baltimore though. And then our boys in maintenance probably. They're here. They're from here in Yonkers. They are the nicest, most humble of dudes. They're like post-hardcore, just like chaos, and it's beautiful. It's like
Ooh,
they just rip, and it's great. They're fun dudes. They make great music, and so that's all you could really ever want on a tour, I feel like. So yeah, that'd probably be my homie lineup. Um, yeah,
yeah.
I think I can sit with those answers comfortably. No regrets.
There we go. I was gonna make a West Virginia joke, but I'm sure they get that a lot, so I'm gonna hold my tongue on that. Um, maintenance sounds sick. So maintenance, if you happen to make it this far into the interview, thank you for watching, first of all, and secondly, feel free to message me. I'd love to have you on. Listen, I love me some post hardcore. That is probably my genre of choice within the core spectrum. Like I love metalcore, but like post hardcore, man, ugh, love that shit. It's
Mm-hmm.
so good. I do have to say, Let Live. I've told my story about Let Live about 100 million times, so I will not talk about it again for the 100th millionth and one time. But you already know my infinite love for Jason Butler and Let Live. They're fantastic. They're just such an incredible band. That unfortunately I feel like died out way too soon. But
Oh yeah,
I digress.
100%. But you know what? Maintenance, a big inspiration for maintenance is Let Live, and you can definitely hear it, like
Ooh,
with
okay.
with their writing style. So if you're in the Let Live, I would definitely recommend checking them out. I will definitely send you a track. Those are some of my best friends, sweetest people in the world. I feel bad because I haven't seen them because of the pandemic, but distance doesn't change a thing. We still love each other. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. I feel that. Next question, Arthur. Another fun one. Favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Crap. I watch I watch a lot of TV, like a lot, and predominantly movies. Favorite movie? Oh goodness, I'm a big horror fan, right? But also like, I think my favorite movie, honestly, it's a left. It's I feel like a hard left turn from like horror or anything, but I'm gonna give it to probably Spirited Away.
Yes.
Um,
Oh.
Ghibli films are tight. Um, those are all good movies, except it's not even it was a bad movie. It literally just tore me inside out. Grave of the Fireflies.
Yes. Oh.
I don't recommend any
Uh,
watch it, but also don't watch it. I'm sorry. I don't know if that's mean. Love everything they've done. Just
I would
if you're
I would watch it, but like be sitting in a bathtub so that the bathtub fills up with tears because you're gonna be crying the entire time.
um oh yeah, no, 100%. Like I think I got 20 minutes into that movie and I was like, oh boy,
Yeah,
this is
I
gonna be a
I
long.
literally got probably because my girlfriend and I watched it and we were just fucked after. We both looked at each other and we were like, this was a great movie, but also like incredibly sad. Like
Yeah, no, I remember
so
watching that.
sad.
Like, watching that, I was like, yo, who the fuck wrote this? I was
Yeah.
like, whoever wrote this, he's done. Don't give him the script ever again. Don't give him a pen and paper. He's done. Um, that movie definitely stuck with me for a little bit. I like
Yeah.
walked into my sister's room. My sister's 10 years old, and so like I walked into her room and I'm like bawling, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Did you eat something really hot again? What's wrong? You're interrupting my Mario Kart game right now." And I'm like, "Dude, I just watched Grave of the Firefly." She's like, "Yeah, that's great. If you can give me an ice cream sandwich on the way out, I appreciate it." Enjoy it. I'm like, "Good, good to go."
I will say
Um,
if you are gonna watch that movie, watch like Kiki's Delivery Service or something like that, and then
Sort
you'll
off
you'll
lighthearted,
be whole,
yeah.
yeah, lighthearted. That will just completely tip the scale back into normal.
Um, and then favorite show?
Yeah, hit me with that favorite show, Arthur.
Oh, geez, I don't know. I see. I'm gonna catch a lot of slack for this because I'm probably one of the few people in the world that still watch it. But I'm gonna say The Walking Dead.
Okay, that's very
Um,
cool.
it has. I will say, with that being said, it has definitely fallen off. But for some reason, I'm like, we're on season. I think we're going into season 10 or 11 now. Yeah, we're going into season 10 or 11. I want to say 11, but I've sat through this 9, 10 seasons. I'm not about to just drop out on
That's
this.
fair.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's
Despite
fair.
how bad it may have, I'm not going to do that. I'm just like, I'm already this far in. I've read the graphic novel. I liked that. I'm sticking with this. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't stick with a lot of television shows though. So it's like I watch maybe 3 or 4 television series, like as like with the new episodes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't watch too many TV shows that are still running at least. So yeah,
There we go. I like that. I will say my girlfriend has gotten back into The Walking Dead, and I am by far not a horror fan by any stretch of the imagination. So whenever she starts watching it, I'm just like, I'm just gonna bring my Switch in the other room and I'm gonna edit it. You can watch The Walking Dead, and I can hear it on the other side of my wall in my apartment, so I know you're still watching it. Um,
have fun, and you just hear like the growl of the.
yeah, yeah.
And you're like, please stop it.
And that's all you hear. That's it. Like,
No,
and then
you
I'm like,
don't
I'm
forget
okay with
that
that.
you also hear the signature Carl. So
Yes, that
with
is true.
that.
The only zombie thing that I enjoy are two things. One, if it's like a comedy, so like,
Shaun of the Dead.
Zombieland, Shaun of the Dead, that sort of stuff. I enjoy the dumb, dumb slapstick humor kind of esque stuff. And the other zombie thing I like is the Devil Wears Prada zombie EP. Those are the two zombie
Ooh,
things I enjoy the most. And I'm also excited for Zombie 2, which is, listen, bless. I'm so
I'm mad
glad
I
they
never
redid it.
got. I'm so mad I never got any music videos for those because I'm a music video nerd. Like if you put out a video, I'm gonna go watch it and be like, ooh, this is great. And then
Yeah.
like, and Devil Wears Prada was just like, nope, we're just gonna drop this heat on you right quick, and we're just gonna go back to our lives. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
um,
Missed opportunity.
yeah,
I hope, fingers crossed that they release a music video. It looks like they're teasing something, a
yeah.
music
There's
related.
some visual something to it, so
Yes.
I want to know what it is. But yeah,
I'm waiting patiently. I'm like Reggie Filmavis. My body is ready. But next question, Arthur. Another fun question. If you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one record you could bring with you to listen to, what would it be?
take this to your grave, Fall Out Boy.
Mm, listen, you don't. You're already preaching to the choir. That was a fantastic choice. Um, I would probably say, I don't know. I like all of their first EP stuff. From Under the Cork Tree, I feel like is another fantastic choice too.
Infinity on High.
Infinity on
Also,
High, another great one. Uh,
you, I also wonder like I was obviously I was alive when that came out, right? But like,
correct.
how much do you think they paid Jay Z to introduce that album? Jay Z like talks on the first track. I'm like, can you imagine Jay Z doing this now? No, it probably cost you like a bajillion. Like, no.
Yeah,
Um, I've also feel like I've said Fall Out Boy at least 30 times in the
it's,
past 10 minutes,
it's
so I
okay.
think that's the last Fall Out Boy thing I will say.
There we go. Well, don't hold yourself to it, Arthur. Listen, we hold ourselves to a high Fall Out Boy standard here. So, listen, I don't care if you say it 100 more times. It's an important band, it's history, and you should go check it out. But the last thing that I've been kind of landing on with the interviews I've been doing recently is people have made it this far in the interview. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. It feels, feels very whole, like homey in here. So I love it. But if you had to kind of pitch your band, Arthur, for a lack of a term, to like new people that are watching this and are like, wow, I really enjoyed how, Arthur and Brandon were just like really like riffing it off together and just like I enjoy his energy. I'm excited to check out the music and stuff like that. What would you want people to take away from, for a lack of a term, whether it be, maybe from a lyrical perspective, a music perspective, or like kind of a combination of the two? I always, think it's a really cool way to kind of pitch bands in a way that I feel like feels personal to the band. And I feel like it's a good way to kind of like, hopefully maybe have people check out your stuff maybe in a more like one-on-one sort of way, I guess, if that makes sense.
I don't know. All right. So if I'm gonna pitch it, I'm gonna say like we are just straight up. We are four best friends that just like to hang out and do the absolute dumbest things. Like we legitimately are. We're not like one thing we take pride in is we are not in any sense of the word Hollywood. Like if we see you at one show and we see you at another show, 9 times out of 10 we will remember you unless it was like a really dark room we just couldn't see faces.
That's fair.
Like
Yeah. I'm the
yeah, we
same way.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will always like we're super humble and super open to just meeting new people and having fun, and that's what any of our shows are. It is never a Holly, no matter how big or small the venue may be, we will never treat anyone differently. It is like a loving environment. I feel like it's almost like, I don't want to say cliche, but I feel like a lot of artists say that, but it's genuinely just like, this is not, we all have other things going on in our lives, and this is not something where we try to act like we are better than anyone. We definitely,
Sure.
it is a community, a close knit community, and we appreciate any and all support. If you tweet us, we will always reply. If you DM us, we will always share it. We will always reply. Like, we are super humble and super down to earth, and I think that is our pitch. We don't go in with any, hey, if you like this, check it out on YouTube and you'll get this shirt. It's like straight up, yo, if you want to check this, we just dropped this. If not, that's cool too, but I'd like to be your friend. Like, that's just our approach to life. So I guess that would probably be it.
I feel like that's a good pitch. Listen, I've been talking to Arthur for a little over an hour, and I've been able to garner that. So I feel like people watching this are gonna kind of get the same feeling. So the last thing, Arthur, the most important thing, tell the people where they can find you at, the band, the music, the merch, the whatever you want to talk about. Tell the people what's going on, where you can find you on social media, and anything else you'd like to plug or talk about.
Well, thank you, first off, but we are also on Spotify and Apple Music. We have merch and our music for download on Bandcamp, iTunes. We have videos on YouTube. We've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of it. Pretty much anything that's kind of circulating heavy right now, we are on. So you can definitely find us on any of those. Float Music Official is our Instagram, or you can just look up For Lack of a Term. Same for Twitter and Facebook. Same for TikTok. Same, and especially when searching our music on Spotify and Apple Music, For Lack of a Term. It is not one word. It is spaced out. It is a black and white album cover with a little mask in the corner. Says Recalibrate. Please check it out. Let us know what you think. We have so much more stuff in the works. We're sitting on a lot of content right now and kind of just waiting to just unveil it to everyone. So
There we go. Well, again, I want to give a shout out to my homie, my bro, my dude, Alex, as well as Arthur, of course, here. Go check out For Lack of a Term. I definitely am not looking at it on my second monitor over here, just for semblance sake. But seriously, go check them out. Arthur's been nothing but a homie, and I feel like I've known him for a long time, but only have known him for about a little over an hour. So go check out For Lack of a Term. All of the links are going to be in the description, where you can find out about their band, their music, all that sort of stuff. It'll all be down below, so you could check it out and go give them some feedback. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. I feel like I ask it a lot, but if you don't ask for it, you will never receive it. So please go, do that. That would be lovely. And the last thing, listen, you want to hear these collaborations between Spice Girls, John Feldman, Float, and I'm blanking on the last one. Travis McCoy. Make sure to tag all of them on Twitter along with Float. And listen, Let's make the magic happen. That's what I'm here for. You know, like if it was a make a wish thing, that's what I would really want for you guys to go do. So please go do that. And huge thanks to Arthur for coming on tonight and chatting.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us, or me. We definitely appreciate it, despite it just being me. And yeah, we've got, again, a lot more stuff coming. Shout out to Alex. We appreciate this tenfold. So yeah, it's been a pleasure.